Lisa Puravinaka, Talo Falava, Malo Erere, and welcome to the FA UCE Podcast. Joining us in today's episode, we have Chris Setu, Iopu Iopu-Aso, Tino Maseesee, and Sione na Helu. This episode was recorded at the Caxton Hotel.
Welcome to our first ever, the first of many, FA UCE Podcast. Joining us today is the handsome Sione Helu, the beautiful Tino Maseesee, and this guy found on the side of the road. Don't know where he came from. Yeah, the one and only Iopu Iopu-Aso. Kia ora, mate.
Kia ora, mate. Kia ora.
Nah, nice. Sione's going to kick us off. I think Sione's got a song. Song about his life and stuff like that. So.
No, we'll briefly go through our little story. My name's Sione Helu. Come from Tonga, born in Tonga as well. Shout out to Viola Hospital for bringing me up. Moved over to Melbourne, grew up in Melbourne, then moved over to Queensland. Nothing really special, but Goodna boy. I still call myself a Goodna boys, even though I left probably 15 years ago. Now here with you guys in the Caxtons.
You come straight from Tonga here?
Yeah, we bypass New Zealand. Rest of our family went to New Zealand, but I don't know what happened there. My mum worked for immigration in Tonga, and then next minute we're in Australia. So
That's the one.
I don't know if it's true, but I've been told there's an underground tunnel. Underground tunnel, mate.
you need to check your sources there, mate.
Bypass, mate.
So what's your real name? What name does it say on the passport?
What about yourself, mate? What's your story?
My story.
How'd you get here from India? Sachai, guys. Don't send your letters in.
Music. I love music. Nah, mate, obviously everyone knows who I am.
Okay, same chance there.
Sorry about this guy.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, because all the bad things I've done. That's why. Her name's Chris. Last name Setu. I was born in Samoa till about I actually don't know how old I was before.
You lied on your passport.
We come over in the
I
same.
don't know what my mum did.
Did you use the tunnel?
What did you do with my passport, mum? Obviously born in Samoa. Grew up in New Zealand, Auckland, New Zealand, in a little place called Otara. Yeah, let's go. Went to school there. Attended a little. Our school was actually pretty cool. I had heaps of Tongans and Samoans and different cultures, and then we had like maybe one or two just your random balangis, which everyone became friends with. They had heaps of money. Your standard.
It's just a
Have a sip.
Just a We just cafe. Canteen,
bro.
okay.
No lips.
Are we roasting here or are we? I'll keep it as short as possible. Back when I was young. Shut up, right? Shut up your mouth, mate. I went to school in Tangaro. In Otara, sorry, Otara, Tangaro College. For those who don't know what that is, it's just it's in Otara. I don't know why I keep saying Otara.
Yeah, I know.
Gee, my mate.
Yeah, okay.
No, you're alright, mate.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know you were half mouldy too.
Te reo, mate. Te reo.
Does my missus count as being? You know she's mouldy.
Account.
And honestly,
No, I'm not talking about your missus. I'm talking about you.
I reckon
about
Chris.
Chris.
oh, is that your job?
Immigration.
Wait, we're talking about me here, not you, mate. You're holding a horse, mate. Yeah, I moved to Perth. I went to. I thought I was good enough, rugby wise. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll go to Sydney. See how good I am. Got there, I knew exactly. After 2 games that I was pretty muddy. I was trash. So ended up playing a season there. Went back home and thought, I'll see if something else pops up. And I was lucky enough to pick something up in Perth. I went to Perth, Western Australia, far away from home. Damn. I was only meant to be there for a couple of years. Oh, actually, no, I was only meant to be there for a year. And ended up spending, I think, 7 years there.
What were you running away
And here
from?
I am, here with you guys.
What were you running away from?
Oh, we're getting deep now, isn't it?
Who's talking about me, mate? Enough about me. Do you know on? You, mate.
Me?
You. Talk about you, mate.
Talk about me.
Tino.
Well, I've got a bit of a story. Life story.
Story? Story?
Remember that TV show, This Is Your Life?
Oh, yeah.
I'll keep it short though. Same as Chris, keep it short.
Yeah.
Sure.
Short and some boy, mate. Short and some boy.
Tino Maseesee. I was born in New Zealand. So I'm those Kiwi born, Aussie raised. As you can tell by my accent, it's pretty Aussie, yeah. How's it going?
How is you going? What's the how is you going?
How's he
That's the
going?
Zoomer, not the Aussie, man.
How's he going, mate?
How's it going?
How is he going, mate? That's the one.
Yes, I was born in Auckland. All my family are from the west side, Kelston, that area.
True.
Yeah.
Hey.
So when people ask me, oh, where you
Universal
from?
Drive?
Great North, South Road.
This guy was related to detail.
Moved over here, grew up in the suburb, notorious suburb of Zilmia. If you don't know where that is, look it up. Bit of a resume, Zilmia.
Some good curry restaurants out there. No, I'm saying it's real nice out there. Yeah.
That's the one. Yo.
Yeah, that's, I met Chris. We bumped into each other at Perth after I raised the premiership.
Oh, you raised it by yourself, is it?
Oh,
I've
and
seen
now,
that, I've seen
how
that
heavy
tap
was
and
it?
go. Yeah, I've seen that tap and go, man.
Why you gotta stab me like that for? In front of everyone. Stab me in the back.
hey, this is my story.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Story.
Yeah, and that's about it. Came back to West, played for West, and then joined up with Johnny, Sione, and Shoppy. And we pretty much went on tour. First tour, 11 blokes, off to Vietnam. No sub, 10 aside. 1 sub.
That is a crew.
And yeah, from there to
Yeah.
never again.
Oh, mate. Touring killed my rugby career.
I could have made it, Could have made it.
Oh, we all
Yeah.
could have made it, mate.
I went to, was rub shoulders with, the great English. Great English.
Great English.
Big interest.
Interest.
Yeah.
Shout out, Waver Boys. But yeah, no, that's a short summary of.
Shumry.
Shumry.
Spell out, yeah, Shumry.
Like I said,
What a shambri, guy.
Yeah, that Aussie accent.
Shambri your mouth, mate.
That's the accent.
What a shambri.
Shabri.
so that's a little summary about my story.
Hello.
For Christmas.
Malo.
Thank you, very good.
Thank you very
I
much.
want to hear about our superstar here. To my right.
So the only reason why we
We didn't
we
make
thought-
it. I thought we forgot about this
the
guy.
only reason why we got this guy on is because we wanted to roast him. This guy is a pest.
Meet you halfway.
Oh, nah, full way.
Anyways, what's up, everyone? My name's Iopu Iopu-Aso. Mum and dad call me Iopu. All my friends call me Iops. And it was funny because the story behind why everyone called me Iops was, when you have your fresh uncles,
Nah,
Yeah, your French uncles.
Well, man, because I'm Palangis, man.
Yeah, have all your French uncles.
Just say you have your uncles look like Chris.
They look handsome like me, eh?
All same height as well.
Hey, let's leave the height up, guys. Come on. I'm sitting on a booster seat.
Yeah. Nah. Anyways, I was born and raised in a small rural town called Auckland, as and out of a small suburb called Morningside. So I was up in central Auckland. So Morningside for life. Represent.
Brotown. Te malo, Jeff. Malo, Malia.
Let's go. So well educated at a school called Mount Eva Grammar.
Nah.
Where
Nah.
Yeah,
Off.
Yeah, so all my time I was there, we played Tangaroa. We won every game I remember playing. So,
Yeah. Because all your players were like...
32.
Yeah. All your players had like 8 kids each.
And then from school and dipped my feet into a bit of professional sport. I was
Dip.
destined, yeah.
What do you mean by dip? Sorry,
Dip.
mate.
Yeah, so
You've been trying to dip for ages. You just dip straight in.
Dipping your whole life, mate.
Chris is still dipping.
Why are you tipping, mate?
I was fortunate enough to be able to go straight from school into the Auckland system and just work my way through there. And then obviously I've never been to any end of year festivals and whatnot, because end of year festivals was the time where we had to lock in for sevens. So I felt like I've sacrificed all my my partying days to the sevens, and I was actually pretty stoked because a lot has happened through playing sevens, and my career has kicked on through that, and I'm blessed enough to represent my country, and I made myself proud, made mum and dad proud, and that was probably the main reasons of doing what I was doing. But end of the day,
Touch my heart, mate.
Oh, mate. That just made me angry. After school, I also sacrificed for rugby. I didn't go to schoolies, had rugby training, and still didn't make it. So I don't know what's going on over here.
wait, tackle the ankles.
That's because you played rugby on PlayStation, mate. Rugby away doesn't count.
Rugby, you play Jonah?
Bro, that's a mean story.
Jonah, hey.
We didn't have a power station back then.
Yeah, your mate's house.
I was hiding before I got my PlayStation and my Jonah, because that's when Street Fighter was out too.
Oh,
and then so when Street Fighter was out, I was asking my dad if I can, play PlayStation, play Street Fighter. And my dad, being old.
Yeah.
What do you want PlayStation for? You want to be a street kid? You want to be a street kid? Then I got, the belt, and I got the vacuum. I got the
whole lot, eh?
At least you got the PlayStation after
Yeah,
that.
but that's it. I got the PlayStation after that, and then
How many years after that?
that's the following week.
Oh, mate.
What a good father. Yeah, your father's a
That's
good
how
man,
I
mate.
remember.
It's funny how Tino was saying, I got the belt, I got the pole, and you two, look at it, these two, they're like, oh yeah. They're like, there's nothing,
What was
there's
your
nothing
weapon of
bad.
choice? What was your weapon of choice?
I never got in yet, eh?
Oh yeah.
I got the stick, the broom,
They just
He was like, oh yeah, carry on.
carry on to a weapon
dishes
I've never
too.
been
Yeah.
the plates.
Well, I had to
Anti-throwing
wait
plates.
till I could save up my monies and buy my own one, probably when I was in high school or something.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so I had to pretend all the palangis at school talking about games and playing the. I just pretend, oh yeah, this is a good game. Just pretend I had it as well. But deep down, go back home and start crying. Play tennis against the wall. But yeah, that's another story.
That's a good one, man. I like that one, mate.
We relate, eh?
I
We
might
relate
even
in
use
so many ways, because man, I mean, Sione's come straight from the islands. That's huge.
Yeah,
How was that transition, bro? Like,
Oh, I didn't even realize until you get older, then you see what your parents actually sacrificed. Like they came here, they didn't. Oh, my mum thought she was good at English, but my dad, I remember he was terrible at English. But no, they did good to get us through. made sure we didn't play with the kids in the neighbourhood. So probably a good thing for us.
How different was it moving from Tonga to, obviously massive difference, but
I didn't. Yeah, because it's just normal for me. Like I remember when I was in like preschool, kindergarten, grade 1, the early years, and I couldn't speak English. My auntie had to come in and try to help me integrate and like learn English. Like I remember the earliest memory is in grade 1, I think. I asked to go to the toilet, but I didn't know. I said it in Tongan, and she didn't understand what was going on. But I was real shy back then, and she just didn't know. And so I just sat there and I just started crying, and I just shut myself in the seat. And I was like,
how did
just
you say
out
it
of it.
How did you say it in Tonga?
That's funny because you come across as like a, you say you're shy, but you like me, like even talking to you now, just in general, you already come across as a shy guy, but you got some pretty some decent tags on you when you start spitting those bars, right?
Yeah, oh man.
Tiger.
You don't want to see the tiger give me 2 siders and you see the tiger. Man, don't shut up. I'll be dancing around.
He's just waiting to get unlocked too.
Oh, yeah.
His personality.
Yeah.
Always, mate, always.
Do you have a Mr. Sione?
No, not anymore. So if anyone's out there looking for a Tongan visa, slide into our DMs.
Yeah.
That was half the reason why we did this. Trying to find love. I met here once Spanish. Did you say Spanish?
Anything.
Vancouver. You want a Vancouver one, mate?
Look, I know Sione for a long time, and I know his specialty.
Is it from?
Their feet have to be at least bigger than his.
Hey? Bro, that's one. This guy. Eh?
Nah, definitely Samoan.
Actually,
Definitely Samoan.
that's once. I met up with this. Me and Tino used to play at West, and it was after our last game. We were out in the West End at one of the bars, and I met a girl like during the week, and we were just chatting, like showing around. Then she was there too, and we rocked up after our rugby drink up. We were like heated, like we already smashed heaps of drinks. Got there. So I went up to her, started talking to her at the bar, and I was just about to introduce the boys to her and her mates. And then all I could hear is Tino in the background. Oh, Sione, look at her feet. And she had like massive. I could tell she heard it. Like she's because she'd have big feet, but yeah, it was just not the time, Tina. Not the time. But yeah, that's probably why I'm single at the moment.
That's rough, eh?
Tino, man.
Tino.
Sorry.
Why you do that, man? Come on,
No,
man.
look, when we were at the bar, Sione was talking, so obviously, all the boys, we don't look at her, you just look down, and you just be a big fool.
I looked down.
I looked down.
Oh, did you look down first?
I looked down, I was like, whoa.
Well, that's some flip-flops, mate.
Right. Anyways, if you're a girl out there and you're single and you're nice and you're looking for someone that's really nice and got a good heart, here's my man. His name's Jonah Helu. 0800 here.
Yeah. Make sure you got small feet too.
Small feet and big arms. Yes, Jonah's looking for love.
Is that right?
Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't know we're doing The Bachelor.
Iops, you're married.
Yeah.
You got a couple of kids.
Yeah. So I'm married. I've got 2 boys and I've got another boy on the way.
Sorry, I just cut your grass. Sorry, ladies.
Oh,
Sorry.
congratulations, mate. Congratulations.
Yeah. So I got another boy on the way. So I've got 3 boys. It's gonna be taking on.
How far away is the wifey?
May. She's due in May, so I'm pretty pumped with that. I actually can't wait.
Wow.
Just got 3 boys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where'd you meet her?
family?
So I've got 2 older brothers and 1 little sister. Yeah. So it's just a few of us, and I'm the middle one.
So you're
The
normal
trouble.
size, mid size,
Yeah, medium build.
Yeah.
You're the medium rare.
Chris, did you have a Tarago? Did you grow up with the Tarago or a van? How big's your family?
No, not really, eh? Older brother, older sister, another older brother, and then me. and then I've got a younger brother. So 4 brothers and 1 sister.
There's still a small family, but all the Palangis are like, holy, it's not a small family.
Did you have a family van of curtains or?
No, we had a
You had a
wheelbarrow.
He was attacking my parents. But, when he said the curtain, I was like, oh, that's my childhood.
Is there a reason why? Is there a reason behind you asking that question? Were you?
No, because you know what I mean. We didn't have curtains, but I mean, we had some pretty. We had a couple of cars, a couple of vans.
Oh, you're the rich ones. Is that?
No. Like.
Oh, did you have
MTV Crips over here?
It was
No.
No, actually. No, but like, you know, all of us, surely we've all been raised by a village, really. You know what I mean? We have our own family, but then we have church family. We have extended family. You're pretty much raised by a village. You know what I mean? We talk about cars, or sometimes it was cars that were handed to us, obviously when times are tough.
Yeah.
Sort of like when you have no food, you sort of, you know what I mean, you have people that rely on,
hard.
you know, the providing of food. It was all like that. I mean, for us polys, it was all kind of the same in a way. We kind of all relate.
Yeah.
And that's just how we were brought up. But I mean, for us, for all of us, it felt like we were all brought up in a wealthy family,
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean, we get like $2. You get $2 for a week, and you're like, bro, this is gold.
We used to all my grandparents were whawhiaus in a village in like Iops, Samoa, and so we used to go there every weekend. And before we left on a Sunday to go back to the to town, to city, to Apia, Nan or Granddad will always like give us like $5, keep it for yourself. My dad will see it. Yes, keep it for yourself. Jump in the car, my dad goes, oh yeah, now we need some gas. Now we need some gas for the trip back up, mate. Oh, come on, mate.
Oh, man.
Or
but
those ones where your auntie gives you 20 and then your mum goes, no. It's just a back and forth time. Who gets to keep the money? Then at the end of it, like your auntie, you're like, your mum knows she wants it, but she's like, thank you, God bless you.
They make it up. Oh, we're gonna buy him some lollies, Nick. You know?
Always used to do the fuck off, it's going to be jump back in the car, and that's the last time you see the $5, mate.
Imagine social media being back then, eh?
Oh man,
bro, you would demolish areas.
Oh, no.
You would be retired. When
I was young, like we're growing up. When I was young, like never used to talk. People probably thought I was a mute because I never used to talk or anything. But it's probably when social media came out, then I finally do those stupid videos when I'm by myself.
Yeah, you found your voice.
Yeah.
I feel like
Found your inner voice. Sony, my mate's a good singer. Please sign him up.
And for all those ladies out there, you don't know that your future man could have a voice.
Hey, that got me in trouble the first time.
So you boys have played overseas, obviously. Like Sione, you've been over in Europe and Iops, over in Japan. What was that like, moving the whole family over there?
Yeah.
And then, with the young family.
Far out. To be honest, when I playing rugby, I always thought, you know what, you finish playing at home, you play your trade at home, and then after you kind of just finish up and you know that you're going to go overseas or sort of try to go overseas.
Yeah.
Japan was probably the last place I ever wanted to go. You know what I mean? Like I just thought, oh nah. And it's funny because the barriers that I thought were like, the language barrier, I'll get there and I wouldn't know how to speak or communicate with anyone else. But I actually got there and it was probably one of the best places to ever go to if you've never been there. Like it's like the lingo was also so close to just Polynesian lingo, you know what I mean? All the R, A, E, or U's are all the same, you know what I mean? And just the people there were just so like, they were so nice, man. Yeah. Just respectful. And I mean, the food was amazing. And like, just everything was awesome there. Like, we enjoyed it there. And just some of the foreigners as well. And the teams we were there, we met some of the boys like Lolo.
Yeah.
say Lolo, and like just a few boys that were there that we all just kind of clicked, and it was kind of good space there. And Japan's actually under like, it's probably one of the biggest places to go there now, for the yen. But no, I enjoyed it. Going overseas was awesome, man.
Yeah, I tried to go to Japan. Like I sent my CV over to everybody. Didn't get a reply, so I decided to go to Portugal and Amsterdam.
Oh, true. How was Amsterdam?
So
Amsterdam was
if you
good.
don't know, Sione's, he's half, what do you call half Dutch, half Tongan. So he's
I want to be Dutch. I want to be Dutch. So.
It's half.
Dutch me.
Amsterdam's good. That's why I've been trying to go back since I've been back. I was meant to go back last year, but COVID forced me to come back home. So I'll be going back there. So what's his space? Damas and Heathlands.
I
mean, not the Heathlands, just the Damas.
Sione mentioned something about him wanting to go back. Like this was a while back. And I was like, "What do you want to go back for?" And he goes, "Because I want to find all the girls that want to touch me."
Not all the kills, just the one kill. One kill. Can we get that one in?
Back again. Sione's single match.
Oh man, that's my man, bro.
Amsterdam's. That's where it is.
Spot for you.
Yeah, so I'll be back there soon. Yeah. Oh, and my rugby, that's probably where I played my best rugby for the first half of the season, just because it's not very high. You rock up with people who see you play, make a break, and I was surprised I made a break. And then people were like, "Oh, you did play for Tonga or something?" No, I could have, but politics, politics.
Bro, those are some of the best yarns, eh? Like, some guys just be like, yeah, that's my uncle, or hey, any islander, eh? Like Jonah would have been your uncle growing up.
Oh,
eh?
yeah. This is the main reason why I found out about rugby, I think.
Yeah,
Because I grew up in Melbourne, AFL, I didn't know there was rugby, and then we were watching the 95 World Cup for some reason, then I watched him, and he looks like me. And, I was like, this is my sport. This is my sport.
Definitely my uncle's mate. That fella.
Be honest here. Who had a Jonah haircut growing up?
Surely this guy.
Yeah, surely,
he looks. Hey,
I wanted it. My mum said no.
I had Jonah, I had Carlos Spencer, Sonny Bill.
I had 3 years in a row, White Sunday, Jonah Lomu.
why Sunday Jonah cuts?
Year 4, year 5, year 6, until I said no.
My first attempt, my granddad was my baba back in Samoa. And I was like, yeah, I want the one like Jonah, the little, they used to call it koke back in Samoa. So I was telling my granddad, yeah, man, iya lah ka koke nga, whai meru mai. Started cutting it, and then it ended up being like a boy haircut at the back, it's like patchy ass. Front, and he just keep it up, and I was like, I'm sure I asked for a Jonah haircut, not a.
I was just about to ask, did I have clippers or did they just use scissors? No, because I had the scissors as well. Oh, man.
Scissors, no comb, no nothing.
Yeah.
I had a few cuts behind my ears, even like he was trying to line you up around here. Mate, that was great,
Just
mate.
the struggles, mate.
But I mean, Tino, on family, you come from a family of what? Eight?
Yeah, so I'm the oldest of 7 brothers. So I've got no girls.
7 brothers.
Yeah, I got 6 brothers, sorry.
Surely you had curtains.
Surely he had a bus.
Tell you what, if you walked into the room, you'd see stale toast.
Oh, man. And the youngest didn't dress up as a girl?
Nah, so we grew up all boys, not like it was pretty competitive in our household. Me and the number 2 going at it, and number 2 trying to be the oldest. But as the years gone on, my parents went from super strict, to where they are now. They're super relaxed. Yeah. But when I was growing up, I was like, I was that kid that got the blame for everything. I was the first kid, and then the second kid comes along. He got to sneak out, go to parties and stuff like that. And the third kid comes along, he's like, "Is that schoolies?" And my parents like, "Yeah, he's got schoolies." I was like,
man.
You paved the way.
Yeah, and then the 4th guy comes along and it's like, gets the meanest lunch. And then the 5th and 6th, they get tuck shop now. And then the last one, he's just spoiled. Like, he gets everything he wants.
Gets the PlayStation, mate? Straight away.
Mate, yeah.
So, you
and my
kind of-
parents out, they got like 3 PlayStations, so and all 3 of them are playing it. And anytime we go over,
Oh,
we're the
wow.
boys play the game.
Oh, shoot.
It's like,
Fuck, and then all
different,
boys,
eh?
All boys.
All
too.
boys.
Different times.
I remember like back in Auckland, I used to play PlayStation with my brother, but to the extent where I was like, nah, we're only playing like real competitive about it. And then he'll do those ones like, oh, gee, I'm gonna get to sleep. And he goes, yeah, nah, all good. I'll get to sleep. Wake up in the morning, and the man's still playing from the night before. Either trying to clock the game or something better.
The PlayStation bender. eh?
Oh my god.
especially when Rugby 04 came out, that was just like,
Dude, what
Is that the one with Gregan in front?
yeah. And then,
04,
Yeah.
08.
and then 08 came in there.
Gregan and Larkham, hey.
Yeah.
Bro, that would have been the ones.
It
Eh?
was either that one or Tony Hawk.
Skateboard.
Skateboard.
What was your high score? It would have been like a good 80k.
I don't know, I used to put the control under my shirt and go,
Wow, even the sound effects.
The best one, even the ticking, bro.
Bro, ticket, eh?
Ticking.
Everyone knows. That
I
would've
used to
been
go
80,
like
80.
I'm guilty. Everyone's like, so who do you go ticking? Eddie.
Yeah.
That's
Why is
cheap,
that?
eh? That's cheap.
Because you can
If
do
you
what
go-
Tino did.
Spin around.
Hey,
you go
literally
80,
Street Fighter, you're just like, I just did
wow.
Akuma's
bash the
move.
buttons,
No
man.
idea.
Yeah, hard.
That was about 10 buttons or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck,
That's
yeah.
like hard.
It's like ting 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 ting. And then in a point.
Bro, that was a
Mate, that's not bloody spacey, mate.
That was a cheat code.
SpaceX.
That was
You're
the
not in a
biggest-
fish and chip shop waiting for your bloody food, mate.
That was the biggest cheat code. And then Tekken Tag came out, and then it was
Yeah.
like, oh, you got to learn how to play properly now.
Yeah, they kind of made it like. What was your best character?
Probably Law
Yeah.
and King.
Oh, King was mine. He was King and Law.
I'm a cheat, so I use
Yeah,
Eddie every
yeah,
time
yeah,
I play
Eddie all the
Tekken.
time,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who was your
Because he's
Sione?
flexible like me.
Yeah, I hardly played. You guys must have had a lot of friends to play with.
Nina.
I think I only played it once when I got invited to my mate's house. You guys got so many friends going. I used to go spaces by myself and up, down or something. That's what I remember.
Oh man, I feel bad.
No, thanks for asking. You know, I was just,
Yeah, I thought I asked it. Well, maybe you're advanced, maybe.
Yeah.
nah.
You were kind of looking like you're kind of scoping out. Up
Yeah, I was trying to. I was like, oh, I wish I had a friends to play with.
I just say The Sims, you know?
Just check on the.
Yeah, I make believe.
Oh yeah, no. For ages I just on Minesweeper because we didn't have much games.
Solitaire.
Oh, when my PlayStation got taken to Tonga, I wake up in the morning. I've got to play my PlayStation. Where's it gone? We have it. Oh, they gave it to one of my cousins that came to visit. Nah, you couldn't be angry because you
that
know
was it.
he's like, oh yeah, that's good. They can play with it, and then you go into your room, just start crying.
You can't.
Oh, they didn't even pay for that one. I paid it for the. But anyway, I'm over it.
Just a
Yops.
few years later.
Talk us about. Not talk us about.
Nah, carry on. Me, carry on.
Carry on. Sorry.
Talk to me. Your journey, the Sevens journey. Obviously, how I know Titch was a hard man, mate. I was receiving the end of a couple of his daily drills and whatnot. Because you were there for a couple of years, eh?
Yeah, so I debuted in 2012. So
GC.
that was in Gold Coast.
In the Carkeyches.
Bro, it
I was there
it was
in the ground.
In the Carkeyches,
not
mate.
playing. I was in the ground.
Yeah, so I remember that was my first tournament, and there was a few of us poly boys in there that it was our first tourney. So there was our Belgian tour
Belgium,
Lomu.
yeah.
So he was our other poly boy, Sam Dixon. He was debuted.
Man, I was lucky enough to play with him, and we went on tour to the States, and he was our seven, bro. He's a
legend,
weapon.
eh?
Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh no, this guy's gonna go places." I was like, yeah, nah, he's
Unreal.
right.
Bro, he is unreal.
A couple of years later, the man was playing sevens for it, because he was AFL, eh?
Bro, AFL. If there
And
was
then
any guy that could
yeah.
catch the ball in the air, it was that guy.
He was mad dog, yeah.
Like that was like the cheat code, man. It was just kick out to that guy. He just can jump over anyone.
Yeah, true.
And man, he is fit. That guy doesn't have to train for like 8 weeks or like he'll be out like ACL injury. He'll be out for like almost a year. Come back and then run like a Bronco. That's like a 4 minute something. He is.
I'm still in the first lap.
For real, man. They like some of the guys that are in there right now were probably the most fittest guys I've ever been with. Even like Sione.
Yeah, he's a
Tongan
weapon
boy,
too, eh?
he was fit too, man. He was just unreal. Like he'll be talking in like the last we're all like trying to fall over.
Everyone's trying to find the breath, eh?
Yeah, man. And then you got someone who's like a warhorse like DJ. He was just probably the most relentless guy. Eh? He was just hard out.
Yeah.
He was always my roomie too. So
He's always been fit that way.
He was always professional.
Yeah.
He was professional, man. Like every time we have dinner, we come back, I'll lie on my bed, he'll be stretching. He'll do all those just all those 1%ers. He'll wake up, stretch, go breakfast, do his thing. He was just real professional. And just an actual good dude too. But when it came to game time, he was just
Beast, eh?
everywhere, man. Just relentless, bro. He was, and a good dude too, eh?
We had the same issue too with obviously the Samoa stuff when Chicha took over. The boys getting flogged, man, like throughout the whole week.
Such as a bottle, eh?
No. These are teeth. Yeah, boys are getting flogged like the whole week, and obviously not the results everyone wants, but it's kind of hard because it's that day and age now where everyone's putting money towards the Sevens program, so every country's obviously Samoa and the Pacific teams don't have the Fiji's good because they're naturally fit, man. They're just deadly. Doesn't matter. They don't have to train to
any Fijian,
kind of thing.
Fijian can just rip up in sevens, eh?
Yeah, I was hoping my little part of Fijian in me would kick in. I'm still waiting. There's going to kick in and I'll be back in there.
I remember the sevens tournament we went to Fiji. We were as a New Zealand select team, and we went there. We played against the resort team. Just like, guys that work at the resort, bro, we lost.
They just made the sevens, man.
Surely.
We heard resort team, we were like, oh, yeah. It was our first pool match, eh?
Yeah.
When they played, and I was just like, man, these guys are just, you can't set a ruck, eh? These guys just offloading.
Because that's how they played. Me and Johnny went to the South Pacific Games. It was the first time
Yeah,
the Sevens
true. Yeah, that's right.
was played in Samoa, after that, of that grade, World Cup teams. You had Fiji, you had Tonga.
Yeah.
You had all the Oceanian teams that come together and play. And obviously the final was Fiji and Samoa. And that game was probably the quickest game you'll see. And especially being in Samoa, you got, your fans that come on and do their funny stuff, and you got all the Fijian supporters all in blue. But I think all credit to the Fijians. Samoa went down 9-7 in the finals. All credit to Fiji, but mate, they are something else. You would hope Samoa would just get there to make the tackle, because you knew Fiji when they attack, you're in trouble.
It doesn't matter if they're
exactly
10 points down with a minute left or
because they play on skill.
Yeah.
But when obviously we're in for Samoa, we're just playing on hope, because you're just hoping he'll get there, or you're just hoping,
You guys are lucky, Fiji and Samoa on the circuit for years. No joke.
Sorry, we'll talk about Tonga.
No joke.
We'll talk about Tonga.
I tune in when it was qualifiers for the last spot into the Olympics, the last Olympics, and the first game was Tonga versus the host nation Morocco. Oh my godverdomme! Oh mate, it was. I cried. It wasn't pretty, but no, it's good for you guys. You have your nations in there. But just be grateful, eh?
That's crack up, man. How good.
Yeah, I get what you mean by everyone's you're too old, blah blah blah. Yeah, you guys should look for some more players or try and bring in the local players. But mate, some guys in the I'm still pretty good friends with some of the boys that are from overseas who went to Samoa, sacrificed everything they had. I'm not too sure on the numbers, but I'm pretty sure if you play every what's called tournament on the circuit, the max you can make as a Samoa player is 10. 10K.
True.
Yeah, I used to see the IG snaps, the Laverny training and the facilities over there in Samoa. I'm looking at it, I was like, what the hell is this? It's like gym stuff from like back in the 70s.
You got a crack window over there, mate. You got half
There's a
weights
crack in
here.
the weights.
It's pretty much a big room. It's just got beds and it's just,
Yeah.
it's not good.
It's pretty, it's
island,
pretty
yeah.
rough. Like even like the bathrooms and stuff like that. So some of the toilets you walk in and you're like, where's the seat, mate?
I know, it's
Can't
sad.
find a seat, and then you look around. Oh, there's no toilet paper.
But it's sad though, like it's sad though, because like I know we're not like Samoa, Fiji, and Tonga. Like it's like our nations are like produce some of the best players. You know what I mean? And it's just some of the resources that we're only limited to overseas. You know, that's tough. But
Hard.
I mean, we said it probably like a lot of few people would probably said it like 20 years ago, and they're hoping, no, there should be change. But
It still stays the
but still
same.
now everything's still the same, and I don't think it's gonna.
Just need a few like fundraisers, because you go to island fundraisers here.
Yeah.
Bloody drop how many G's just for Stella's birthday or something. Everyone put it towards developing the game back home. You never know, mate. You never know.
Even with the fundraisers, mate, the money doesn't go to the players. I don't know where the money. I can't tell you where the money goes, but I don't know where it goes.
No way. So tell us about FA UCE. So how did I mean this is what we all hear, man. So like, what's FA UCE? How did FA UCE come about?
I thought we're here just to sit down and have a chat.
I know there's a story behind.
So you
how
can
FA
get
UCE
away
has come
from your
through.
kids.
The Fowls brand. What's the story?
brand,
The
man.
story.
Story. There's not much to the story. So it happened 2014. So we got to, a good mate of mine was he was development officer down at the Rebels. He was my mentor back in Auckland. And so he messaged through and I was like, dude, are you keen for a trip? I was like, oh yeah, why not? He goes, Sevens. He goes, oh yeah, where? He goes, Vegas. And I went, yo, put me down. Put me down, I'm in.
That's very
Obviously the missus was there at the time too, so we're like, oh, look, do you want to just go to Vegas for a couple of weeks? She was like, yeah, sweet. So paid for our flights and whatnot. We met everyone here. So it was a pretty cool crew, because your cousin was there, Gussie.
Yeah.
Gussie Brown.
Gussie Brown.
And we had Sionga.
And Sione.
Te taua whao e. Taua
Those
whao?
boys,
Yeah,
yeah.
Sionga.
The Taua Whao brothers.
Yeah, Taua whao brothers. So them two, and then we had some other guys who, I think one guy I think he went on to play Rebels, Ferretti Saanga, and then another one went on to play in Japan, Keishi Yamada. Yeah, he was a weapon. Anyways, yeah, we went to the States, and back then I was pretty fit. I was, pretty handy, half quick.
Pretty six pack.
Yeah, pretty six pack.
Two back.
Come on, tell us. Come on, tell us.
Yeah, I was pretty fit at the time. Was
Skinny jeans.
Straight in the hair. Straight in the mullet. Or soap.
Vaseline.
Wow, that soap one was.
The soap one, eh? Everyone's done the soap, eh? Surely,
Can you turn the mics off, please?
Have you ever done the Vicks?
No, but
Fix
I
where?
conditioner. Conditioner and a shampoo.
Oh.
Yeah, I've done
Make sure it doesn't rain, or you
I
don't
still do
sweat.
conditioner now. It's the best.
Oh, really?
So what's it like when it rains?
It doesn't.
Bubble
Bubble
here.
You smell good.
All the bubbles. Okay, anyway.
Oh yeah. Anyway, yeah. Back to the story. Back to the story.
Talking about you and your hair, or
Sorry for the interception.
I was just trying to paint a picture for the audience.
throwing bloody intercept passes all over the shop. Nah, yeah, we're in Vegas, and like I said before, obviously I was pretty quick at the time, pretty nippy, and so every time I got the ball, the old Gussie and Sionga, it's be like, oh, here we go, Faust.
Yeah.
Oh, nah, Gussie used to say Fausto.
Yeah.
Yeah, score a try. We ended up winning the tournament anyway, so, and yeah, ever since then, so yeah, like every time I got the ball, there was always either FA UCE or FA UCE, and I was like, oh, that's actually not too bad. So we went back to Perth. I was like, that's actually not a bad like thing to start up.
Slang.
And she goes, shut up. And I was like, oh yeah. And I left it.
Yep.
Yeah. I left it for a couple of
Just
years,
write it
and and then I started doing like t-shirts. Like I was always into like designing and stuff like that. So it's like I'll design my own stuff, and you know, instead of going out to the shop and buying a lower top that's 120 or you know, all the other big brands, I was like, oh, just
Oh, right. That makes
so I
sense.
did those ones. So
that.
yeah, I did one design that I think it stayed with me for about 3 years or something like that.
Right.
And then when I started, I found a guy in Perth who could do like screen printing. Shout out to $6,000, Brogan. Yeah, I found him and I was like, oh, so you're able to, you know, suss out the printing? And he was like, yeah, man, easy. So paid him some money, getting some t-shirts done, and it just literally started from there. I started off with doing one t-shirt.
FA UCE Collection, eh?
Yeah,
It's
we
funny
went to
'cause,
we went to a market first, like one of those Sunday markets, and I found a printing place there. So I was like,
true.
oh, can you do this? And he's like, yeah, no, I can do it. I'll come back in about an hour. Went back in an hour, but so my first ever t-shirt, I've still got it at home. It had FA UCE, like no dot, no nothing, no spaces, and everyone was like, oh, FA UCE! What's that, FA UCE?
Force.
Fouls.
So I've still got it at home. So, and then yeah, when I ended up picking up this guy Brogan, he was really good. So started doing t-shirts through him, and ever since then it's just been just been going. And then I just went like chopping, changing, like FA UCE, then FA UCE Co, FA UCE clothing, FA UCE apparel. Just
FA UCE my butt.
shut it up the mouth, mate.
No, but that's pretty cool though. You've been producing some pretty some mean designs. mean
Just
clothes.
recently found the love of designing.
Vintage stuff, eh?
Obviously, that's where I came across Sione
Yeah.
a couple of years ago. I was like to Sione, I was like, I didn't know you do graphic design. Do you reckon you can? And Sione literally was just like, mate, just jump on YouTube.
So I feel like
Sione didn't want to teach me. He was like, just jump on
Sione-
YouTube, mate, and do it yourself.
Sione has got to be one of the most creative guys I've ever come across. Just in terms of like someone that's he acts like he's just doing whatever, but he's probably one of the most creative guys.
think-
Low key,
You
real
know,
low key.
real low key. So all you people out there who need apparel.
I
and
think my
stuff like
first
that,
year at
these two
West,
guys.
Sione obviously was traveling the world trying to find love. And he, our first game together was, I still remember, like, first game together was against UQ. Jonah was like, oh yeah, nah, big, strong, brown man. So I was at halfback, Sione was at prop. And we went a couple of phases
Sione,
down.
prop. You told me you were a first five, mate.
Long time ago.
Here's the whole package, mate.
Oh yeah.
So a couple of phases down the field, and then I picked the ball up and I saw Sione. It was meant to be a good pass. It was meant to be a good pass, but Sione caught it up here and he got smashed. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
After that game, I was like, yeah, I think it's time to hang it up the boots and yeah.
so yeah. After Sione got smashed,
Thanks for bringing back that painful memory.
after Sione got smashed, I ran past and I went,
Oh right.
sorry, UCE.
Oh cool, bro.
And I kept running and he got up. I still remember because I looked back and Sione was like,
No, I was like, so I sucked it in. Like,
so I left it for a couple of weeks and I was like, oh yeah, this is probably the perfect time to hit him.
That's
Have to. Sione replied back and I was like, oh, how do you do the cartoon stuff on, you know how?
Yes.
And this guy was like, oh mate, if you need a hand, just give me a call, give me out. And I was like, oh sweet.
Oh,
Every
yeah,
time
I
I
like
message
those.
him, no reply.
I like those little
Scene, mate.
what do you call it? What do you call those little cartoon
Carkeyches.
oh, the what? Carkeyches. Carkeyches.
Well,
Can you just put that in a sentence?
I have a printer.
Carkeyches. Oh
funny for you guys.
I feel sorry for the person doing all the captions on YouTube for this. Carkeyches.
What's it called again?
Carkeyches.
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 Yeah, that's me. How did you learn that, Sione?
Oh, pretty much
Can you
YouTube.
spell it?
Google that.
I feel like that's like those are cool. Those Carkeyches.
Yeah.
Is that Victor?
Yeah, vector file.
Karaoke chicken.
Hey,
Carkeyches, mate.
Carkeyches,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Carkeyches.
Can we just say cartoon?
Yeah.
Those
Can you just say
Yeah,
cartoon
because
drawing?
These words don't live in the
English is
Polynesian.
not my first
These
language.
don't live in the Polynesian dictionary.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Oh, does it?
Oh, is
Wait,
it?
fellas.
Carkeyches.
Carkeyches.
Can you do me a canaleches?
True. Oh, there's a mean though. Like I like those cartoons.
Yeah. Just the University of YouTube, mate.
Oh man, that's it. How good.
That's how you learn, eh, mate?
Oh man.
What about yourself? Obviously, with the what's it? Videography, videography.
Whoa.
The videography and the photography.
What'd you
And
say?
the referee.
The misery.
And
Oh,
the
come on.
mystery.
Are we rhyming now?
Took us.
Boom. Oh, hey.
I say you guys versus us, eh? Come on.
Okay.
Talk us through how you are. Obviously, from a professional rugby player background to a average, pretty average photographer or videographer.
Videotyper.
Yeah, pretty like where I've seen some of your work on obviously on Insta and Facebook, and it's bloody gone all over the shop. Like it's gone viral, man. Like
Kodak, eh?
Yeah.
might probably the best I've seen. Like I haven't really followed, not many like photographers and videographers and things like that. But bro, some of your work's deadly. Like
Can you say
this
it again?
is like the what deadly.
Videographer?
Like the videographer.
You want to kiss it?
That's when you come in and slow it down. Videographer.
Sione go ham on this guy.
How deep?
Just hurry up.
Hurry up and tell me.
Answer the question, yeah, basketball. Yeah, mate, talk us through the journey.
Was that? I actually don't even know when I started. I think it was.
Oh, yeah, nah. Keep
I've always-
cut the
I've always-
question.
I think.
That's enough, mate. Turn the mic off.
I actually don't know. I think my whole life I've always kind of been like a creative, not just in the sense of like taking photos and putting video and stuff like that. I think there was so much stuff that you learned that as a kid. As a creative, we used to do like church dances in Sunday school. You were able to like pick up quickly. You had Samoan group in school, high school, and all that stuff was all kind of creative. And then we kind of did like but we used to have like very funny. Shout out to my boys there from high school. We used to have like a 4-part quartet. Very in school called. Right, this is funny. The name.
Is this all the repeats
That
from
name,
the year before?
that name was called Fruit Salad.
Oh, no.
I promise you, it was.
Can you cut this off right now, please?
Yeah, but like it's funny. It's just
Were
like
you guys in a room and then just like tossing salad? You're like,
How many white boys did you guys have?
fruit salad.
it was funny because we're just all boys from first 15 group, so we're just all used to like sing when we were on the bus trips to high schools and then like especially when we were on the bus we would go out to Tangaroa because it was far out.
Why are you always going to bring my school up?
We would go there and they were fussy then there and they would come back.
They only had
Come back and
overage
sit on the
players.
bus.
They only had overage players from Tonga and Samoa, mate.
No, but it was. I think I've always kind of been creative, and then like I think that before I got a camera or anything, I got a drone. So it was about I think it was about 2016, 15, I think. And I just flew it around, and then I seen the footage and it looked pretty cool. And then I started using the it was a DJI Mavic. I got, you know, one of those on. Then I started
The what?
Mavic. Bro, and
Maverick.
And it was funny because on that Mavic, on the DJI thing, you can do the old spin the ball looking earth thing. And then I seen that and I was like, bro, that's pretty creative. And then I started using my phone, taking like videos of just where we were going around the world, we traveled the world, and you take some cool moments and you just pieced it together into a video. And then after that, the old University of YouTube came in, you know what I mean? I got a GoPro and then started documenting everything, and then my kids and my family as well started documenting all of that, and then just ended up just piecing it all together. And then when I decided to hang the boots up, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. It's just because it was something I loved doing, you know what I mean?
That's it, eh?
And I think a lot of rugby players, when they finish up rugby, they don't even, like, they just go straight back into finding a job or working a job, you know, just the ones that they haven't, like, really thought about it. So I kind of felt like I loved doing this.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew straight away I went into it. Like, I mean, I could still play rugby now, but I just don't want to do Broncos anymore.
Hard, eh?
I was like,
That bought hard, chick.
man, to the death.
What about you, Tino? I know you do a bit of videography.
Oh yeah, what was your company? What's it? Rubex Media.
Yeah, it's just Rubex Media. Like, I started because a couple couldn't, like, it's just chance. Obviously, we've been touring at the time, and we always say to each other, like, should be GoPro next time. And we do, and Sione, you know, does well camera. But I got caught in the middle where, you know, back in Sunday where we always had those camcords. Yeah.
Oh, yo.
You know those camcords?
Yeah, the ones
And you're just like everyone, and then you're doing the panning where you're like, and the parents are like, make sure make sure you capture everyone, you know, what they're saying.
yeah.
So I was that guy. So I started there. My parents were fascinated by like video cameras, so we had a video camera, like the newest one, the Canon. Had the mini disc, then it got to DVDs. So we had like that was their thing. They loved watching like old Samoan like videos of family and stuff, and so I would always record. Like I always get, you know, this is the camera, this is what we're doing. Even our trip to Samoa. So that's where it started. And it wasn't until maybe after I left Perth, I came back here and I started working, and then I started doing weddings. Like just, hey bro, can you? And that's when I first saw a DSLR camera. I was like, oh, what's this? Like it was different from the camcorders. And that's where it started. I started doing, you know, weddings and started editing a little bit. But yeah, that's where it started. So I caught up with also Bruce. He does predominantly photography. And I met him from Sione. And yeah, so we started a company called Rubex Media. So we do like just weddings and a little bit of corporate now. We did a couple of music videos, but you know.
Stattle.
But yeah, like they're a big group now, and you got like the likes of Carlin who dedicates. It's like you can't really compete with it.
He's a weapon,
amazingness.
Yeah.
That's like for us poly boys, you know, for poly movement and like videography and cinematography. It's good to see.
The what?
Oh, cinematography, mate. But it's kind of good. It's good.
Simultaneous.
It's good to see. It's good to see like a Samoan boy like in the poly world, poly movement, just doing well and putting boys on the map like in the poly movement. You know what I
Because
mean?
you got the likes of Carlin, and then along his family line, he's got some pretty creative guys like Ben Mika.
Yeah,
He works for National Geographic
Ben
in New
Mika's
Zealand. Like
Mika's the man. Yeah,
he
he's
does some pretty cool, portraits or like anything he does is pretty good.
all those guys. There's Carlin. There's Ben Mika.
There's Mike.
Mike Mika. Yeah, he's
Mike Mika.
He's from Gold Toast.
Gold Toast. He's in the
Go turkey, Mike. Go turkey, Mike.
Oh my God.
He's in the Gold Coast. So we shot a COVID wedding. So me and Bruce were videographers and he was a photographer.
Yeah.
There was 20 people. I was just like, in my head, I was like, you only need one-on-one. But yeah, it was cool to work with him at that wedding. But it was only 20 people. COVID wedding was my first
Yeah, that's
wedding.
mean, eh?
I feel like everyone's a photographer now,
Yeah.
and like right now,
Oh,
everyone's
man.
just but like just the separation that these guys have done on the game, man.
Yeah, I get the
And Moonboy too, eh?
Yeah.
Because he's half Samoan.
Half Tongan.
I thought it was full Samoan.
But yeah, like finding your niche now. Like obviously, I'll rather just stick to weddings. Like I know I can do like corporate boring videos, but it's it is what it is.
Yeah,
and
and
like obviously Iopu on the creative side.
It's not
Sione
just
does content like.
It's not just buying the camera as well. Like I updated my camera and I pressed. So it's still on auto mode. It's still on auto mode. I thought it was the camera. I bought a camera. I had a normal Sony something before, and then I went and updated my camera, and then I pressed click, and it's still the same thing. I'm like, let's just put like 5Gs into this camera, and it's still the same auto. So yeah, got to go back to the University of YouTube to sort out the settings.
I heard about the was it Sony A7s, eh? Or whatever you call it, yeah.
But if you need any techies advice, head
Sione
up
goes,
Joshy.
I just bought a new camera.
Yeah, I was excited.
He goes, yeah, no, they didn't have the new A7 ones. Oh, yeah, no, I know. And he goes, I was taking some photos. Like, they still look the same. So I was like, mate, you're number one, mate. I'll just take photos on my phone.
Yeah, fine. You know, Joshy Hoffman.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one
yeah.
that did the. Bro, he's probably the VFX
Yeah, I've
guy.
seen some
Bro,
of these.
he's a
I've seen some
weapon,
of his
eh?
work.
Bro, and bro, he's such a clever dude, bro. Like tiki wise.
He's half Tongan as well.
Yeah.
No, his full name's Yoshua Hofumeni.
Oh, you're so.
Yoshua Hofumeni.
Oh, Hoffy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, but Hoffy's like, he's probably just clever, bro.
He
Trying to make him start a YouTube
well,
channel.
he came
really.
in. So he bought the Hurricanes top, and he came and picked it up on the set. I think he bought it on or sometime during the week, and he picked it up on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And literally within 20 minutes, he chucked the video up, post up, and I was like,
Bro, you know,
It's a magician.
you know the funny story.
"You got that magic trick, mate."
Bro, it's funny. It's funny. Yeah, you know that.
Oh, is that
you know
what it's called?
trick-
Hurricane?
you
The
know
one
that
where,
trick thing?
like
Hologram.
Yeah.
there
So
was
it's-
no, I don't know what the thing is, but
Bro,
he was putting up like this, man. That was
Bro,
wow, oh
it's
my
funny.
gosh.
It's funny. He sent me a clip, and he was editing something else. Like it was work that he had to do, and that thing that he did with the Hurricanes, the track that took him 5 minutes. And it was funny because he's just a magician in After Effects. If anyone's looking for After Effects stuff, head up Joshy.
But he
He's
did
the
it.
man, yeah.
He did it, and then he was like, bro, I'll send you the video. And I went, yeah, hard. He sends it through, but and I had like all the Hurricanes tops went
Yeah.
like,
Let it go. Was it?
But I feel like
Yeah.
it's good that way because like so many people like you'll have some creators that just don't want to share.
yeah,
Like
and
their-
that,
their
yeah,
thing,
and that's,
right? And there's
I-
no. I was just like bro, why compete
yeah,
when you can collab and like
exactly, man.
especially when you're poly and like
I,
you can just poly movement it and
Like all that like style printing, I get it through a guy called Chris CJ out of Customize. Shout out to Customize in Tarakindi, and
Terry.
there's another Tarakindi, and they I'm kind of collabing with Customize printing it's one of the boys that I know through one of the other boys like real nice guy.
Yeah, it's
He,
my dogs, cats, brothers.
Boys and the other-
Sorry, it's not Customize, it's Custom Prints Brisbane. So he's just new to the game too. He I think when I spoke to him, he said he did a bicep, like he had a surgery on his bicep, and he was bored at home. So same thing, jumped on YouTube, had a look around, watch all the videos he can, and he's got some stuff coming out that are pretty mean. And I was saying to him, bro, he was like asking questions, like to see if I was gonna share, and I was like, bro, it's not my knowledge to hold back and be like, I only share you a little bit because it's mine. I was like, bro, I'm all for if you ask me, I'll tell you everything I know. Like, I'm not gonna get anything for it. I'm not gonna get any money for it. So
Yeah, I like how I like that saying that like Gary V's put out he his one was just, you're kind of like in like a boxing sense, it's like a jab, and then punch. And what he means about that is just like, it's like value, and then, you give, and then you ask, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like the more you share your knowledge, like with anyone regardless, like if you're just keeping everything to yourself, then sweet, it's up to you. But if you've learned something and you feel like you can give and provide value to so many other people that want to learn something,
exactly.
then sweet. Like, I don't know why, like, I mean, I feel like there's so much room at, like, everyone can take a seat at a table. You know what I mean? There's so much space.
Yeah. I just need a booster seat, that's all.
You need more than a booster.
You need one with a seatbelt and
They're giving you a lot, mate. You got to give it back, mate.
give my son a happy meal.
Shut it up the mouth, mate. Shut it up your mouth.
Oh, the happy meals, right?
Oh, mate.
How good.
So obviously, you also talk about how we network and we share what we've got to each other. So I just want to ask, what are some of your hidden talents other than your professional career in rugby, your creative side? Obviously, Iops, all of us. Like, what is
We'll start from you, because I know you got heaps in the bucket, mate.
Like,
plenty for fruit salad and
oh, man. Hidden talents.
with some stale banana peel.
Actually, don't know. I just feel like,
Like, can you sing? Can you dance? Can you play an instrument?
I can play an instrument. I like playing the guitar. I can't read any notes though. I can't read chords or anything. But I can play the instrument. I can play. Nothing like YouTube, mate. If you don't know a song, you just YouTube guitar tutorials and boomfa. It's all there.
And what?
Boomfa. And boomfa.
Boomfa.
Oh, boomfa. Can
First said boomfa, mate.
Can you add some effects yesterday?
And boomfa. Boomfa.
Effects.
Chris, you got any special talents
Nah, not really, eh?
other than the way you can grip a palm tree?
The man can cook, bro. We had dinner at his house on Friday, and he made us a chicken roast that was actually 5-star.
You can cook, eh?
See? Boomfa. Nah, I love a good cook. I love a good meal. So I rate my chicken roast and pork roast.
Wow, that's a big call.
Yeah,
Just got a roast.
That is a big call.
I'm just gonna
So I
roast
think
them.
we're gonna have a potty at FA UCE next week.
My
was
kid's gonna
headquarters,
sleep
mate.
at 7, mate. So sorry, boys.
Sione, you got many talents. Like, just don't bring them all out at the same time.
Maybe just I grew up. Didn't want to, but got forced to play the trumpet in the brass band, our church brass band. Got a few slaps on the back of the head, doing the pretend you know what you're playing. But yeah, that's a talent. That's a talent in itself. But I got upgraded from trumpet player to hold the music for the people after a while. But probably just bit of musicals.
Nice.
And yourself?
Yourself, mate?
Oh, where do I start? Hey,
Not all at once.
not all at once. So I should have got an Oscar for
My Sunday.
my White Sunday skits. Shout out to all the kids out there practicing.
Oh, bro.
Yes, sir.
Straight up, eh?
Or
Actions, the
practicing.
action.
The Moses and stuff like that. So
Were you always the main actor?
I was always the villain.
Oh,
So I was always like the devil. And look at my life now.
Don't even start, bro.
I mean, so you're just
Don't even start.
did you guys get the mad acting teaching or learned it? Like from your Sunday school teacher, and they tell you like the mad acting skills with your arms. You do these ones. Yes.
And the old half.
Yeah. Oh, so we all got the same. Yeah, just double check. Yeah.
Bro, it's all the
worst.
same, eh? It's
Anyways, before we close it up, got a few questions from our followers. Wanted to ask a few questions, so we'll go through them, see what the people have asked. This one's from our friend Ryan Freeney, Hectic Freeds, Only Freeds.
Turn the mic off right now. Turn the mic off, mate.
Foreskins, who's got it?
Freeney?
Who's the fight battle?
Who got the battle?
Before you I'm so.
Nah, I'm sick.
I'm undercut.
Yeah, oh, man. I still remember the trips to the beach.
Still remember the lava like this.
I still remember my cousins coming over. Oh, why is Sione and Saka still in bed? I wish they did it when we were younger and I remember all this stuff.
I've got one here. I've got one here from
You got one?
Q-Time Fitness, Quinton. How have you all adapted to dad life after pro rugby or pro sports? That's more you.
How have I adapted? I don't feel like I really needed to adapt because I feel like I was playing and we had our firstborn and it was just you had to kind of
Yeah.
I feel like that was
Learn as you go kind of thing.
yeah. I reckon it made the journey way better. Having a family during playing footy, so it was I reckon it was easy transition.
How does it feel to neglect your kids?
Kids, I'm coming back.
Leave all your kids in Tonga. When you were
No, that's why I'm going back to Amsterdam. Just to
Check out the kids.
check on little Sione.
Checking how they are. Checking how they are.
What else we got here? Keith Akinbawa has asked, he's asked a lot of questions.
Okay.
First one, is this podcast going to be about scaffolding and driving forklifts? You're a funny joker, Keith. Oh, yeah, word.
Wait, who's following your page? What sort of question
He's
is
also asked, who's the most related to Dwayne Johnson?
A funny story.
Funny story.
Uncle Dwayne. Go Keith, yeah.
Is Asuelu an accurate example of Chris coming to Australia for the first time?
100%.
Answer the question. Did you do a silver demo?
Did you see her when you got your permanent residence?
Hi, everything.
Oh my!
What's the question?
Asuelu, is it an accurate example of when you first landed in Australia?
Yes.
Very happiness.
Very happy.
Nah, he was more like Bomb Bullet.
I got that ding dong.
I'll take us with back.
Bum bullet.
Last one from Keith Akinbawa. Does it take a village to raise a child or feed a child if the kid is Tino? Cut the questions.
Hey, ask the question. Ask the question, mate.
Shout
out to Johnny, man.
I have an eating disorder.
That's it. That's all the questions we got here.
Oh, no. We got one here. My issue is you being a grub, Chris. Why?
Yeah, that's actually a good one.
Great question.
You
Why
want
are
to
you
fight
such
or?
I've got my, assumptions why Chris is a grub sometimes. Because he got pews when he was 21.
25? 25? Shut up your mouth, mate.
There's a good assumption. Why you do this on the rugby field, mate? For those who don't know, Chris is infamous for his little what do you call it? Outbursts or little.
Outburst of
It
happiness.
starts off as a joke and then it turns out into a fight.
Stand sport.
Yeah, mate. So why are you
mate,
such a grub? Why are you such a grub, mate?
Is that just a party game where you're trying to get in the opponent's head, or you just naturally trying to?
See, I know the games are being filmed, so because I don't really have strong highlight reel, that's like one way of I'm like because I can't score tries, I've got a shit pass, I've blah blah blah, and I'm really slow.
No, Carry on, you're going good, mate. Go on.
right.
This is the only way to do it, mate. Is do stuff, and I've been doing it for a number of years now, which is I reckon it's pretty good, mate.
It's good.
I've got a question here. It's how many red cards? How many red cards do you each have? At Chris.
I don't know, mate. What you do that for, mate? That wasn't even a question. You just show me your.
There's no light.
You think I'm stupid, eh? You think I'm stupid, eh?
Oh man, you got him good. Yeah.
Nah, that's pretty much it, eh?
That concludes this.
That is the conclusion of our
introduction of the
introduction.
Yeah.
Obviously, it went longer than usual, only because Sione likes talking about himself, and Tino likes talking about his toes and how he doesn't cut them himself. And obviously, with Iopu's hairy back, someone's got to shave it. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks, boys, for.
Thanks. I'd like to thank the Caxton for hosting us here tonight.
Yes. Thank you, Caxton.
The number one pub in Brisbane.
Number one in the whole of Australia.
If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and give us a comment for something.
Boomfa.
Give us a follow on the Spotify's.
TikToks.
Get us on the TikToks, Instagram, MySpace,
Twitter,
MySpace.
Bebo, MySpace, your space, our space, everyone's space.
Our space next week. I don't know.
Massive shout out to all the small local businesses around.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah, I know you guys are doing it tough, but we are on
Ex-hamster.
on the same boat as everyone else. So
And if you want to, and if you feel like you need to jump on, if you want to share some of your cool stories, jump on a podcast, hit us up.
If you want to tell us some of your illegal websites that you've got.
if you want to tell us all the website you delete from your history, go to this guy. Boomfa.
Thank you very much.
Boomfa.
Thanks to everyone to tune up. Thanks to everyone to
And if you want to sponsor us, buy us some beers and some coffee and some chips and some chicken. Thank you, very nice.
Thank you.
Malo, boys. Malo, pita.
Fast way for.
Fa.
Do you want to finish off with like a all together?
Oh, yo.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Power Rangers. Okay, we'll try. We'll cut it out if it's
Safe.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we doing it there? Or what are we doing? Are we doing it there?
Oh, you can face the camera.
Oh, yeah. Okay, ready?
In 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're doing Power Ranger. Oh, that one's better. Oh, yeah.
What is he?
Oh, that one looked better than this Power Ranger. Oh, so that's why, okay.
Yeah.
That's why he made it.
That one?
Why are you fisting there for?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Fauci.